Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another 24-hour period in your short or long life, depending on the life expectancy where you live, which is based on how good your government is and how good healthcare is, or whether or not they are, you have like some toxic stuff in the air because they are doing some factory stuff or whatever. But it doesn't matter, okay? I mean, listen, whether it's long or short, the only thing that matters is that it is good, right? And Jesus Christ had only 33, and look what he did. Look what he achieved. So that doesn't really matter. You understand? Just chill. I hope you're having a good day. And even if you're having a bad day, I hope you realize that it's not special. You know, if you're having a good day, you're probably thinking, if you've had a couple of good days, you're probably thinking that you are Jesus, you're God's favorite child, you're the apple of God's eye, or whatever. That's why everything is going well. If you're having a bad day, you probably think everything is against you and all of that stuff. But both of you need to realize that it's not special. You know, that's one of the best things. That's one of the most important things to realize while growing up is that none of it is special. A good day is not special. Bad day is not special. It's just another day. It goes good, it goes bad. Sometimes it's mid. Right? I think we hate the mid. We hate the mid days more than even the bad days. Right? Because the bad days, at least, it sparks something in you. You understand? It charges you emotionally. Like some of you who, if your relationship, if your guy is not beating you up, what the fuck? I'm sorry. This is like the seventh time I'm trying to record this thing. So and I've deleted all the other seven because everything I was saying at the beginning was too dark. But hey, this is what it is. That's what this podcast is. You understand? So let's just go. Some of you, if you are you're in relationships where you feel like it's boring because it's mid. You know, everything's just peaceful. Your boyfriend doesn't beat you. Your girlfriend doesn't argue. Right? Your girlfriend doesn't stress you or whatever the fuck people have been saying. A friend of mine once said your girlfriend has to be the witch in your life. You know, like all girls are witches, and so you have to just pick the one you like. Right? And all of that is because you don't want it to be mid, right? You want it to be exciting. And good is exciting, great is exciting, and very, very bad is exciting. But middle is just, peace and quiet. It's boring. It's like you're sleeping. You know, like even when we sleep, our brain dreams. Why does our brain have to dream when we're sleeping? Because just being there, it's like it's boring. You understand? It's mid. Like that's why some people, when you don't dream, in some churches, they tell you that if you're not dreaming, it is demonic activity. Like the devil is coming to steal your dreams, which is crazy. Like the devil doesn't have to steal your dreams because like the dreams you have in real life are not going to happen anyway. You're not going to achieve your real life dreams anyway. Why would the devil come and steal your sleeping dreams too? Right? Like your daydreams, the things that you are dreaming about, most of it is not going to happen, and that's a good thing, by the way. You might think that's a bad thing, but that's a good thing. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, it's a good thing that your dreams will not come true because that's not what life is about. But like this whole thing of the devil is coming to steal your dreams, so when you dream and you forget, it means that someone said, "Oh, I had a friend teacher back in class 5 who said when you're dreaming, the dream is it starts from the bottom of your spinal cord." I'm not joking. He said this. I don't know where he got this from. If this is like a real thing, like a real belief system, let me know. But he said that it starts from the base of your spinal cord. If this is also scientific, let me know. Because I might be, I don't know. But it sounded crazy to me that it begins at the base of your spinal cord and the dream goes all the way up. And if it gets to your brain, then you remember. But if it doesn't reach your brain, then you forget. That's something that he said. So even when you go to sleep, your brain tries to bring up images. Like I had a dream last night that I was a character in a video game, and they had sent me to go and steal something in a mansion. True, like this is a dream I had. It sent me to go and build something in a mansion, and I went to this place, and I was afraid. That they not let me in, but they let me in, and I was thinking, wait, why? Why would they let me in? So when I got to the gate of this mansion, I told them that I am a photographer and I didn't have my camera with me. And then they were like, "Oh, you're a photographer." Like I had to convince them, and I convinced them. They let me in without the camera equipment. And I went inside. I went to this huge house, and in the dream, I was feeling intimidated. I saw a crowd. There's like a family of maybe 20, and there's a microphone over there. So I was thinking, should I go and speak in a microphone? Maybe that can maybe that will make me look useful, and then they don't catch me. Don't catch the fact that I'm here to steal some package like they do in the video games, right? And yeah, that's what happened by dreaming. I came outside. I met a friend of mine. We saw two big dogs who are attacking us. No, they were not attacking us, but they were barking. And then we saw another big dog that was friendly. So this big friendly dog followed me and my friend, and because of that friendly big dog, the other two dogs did not harm us. And we went outside, right? And I met a couple of other friends, and I woke up, right? And that was, that was cool, right? Some of you probably had a dream where you're running and you're being chased by somebody. You probably saw your auntie. Okay, you told your auntie that you're applying for school in the UK, and it looks like you're going to get it with a full scholarship, and then you went to sleep and you saw her in your dream. You saw her in your dream, right? And she was chasing you. She was like, you want to go and come here. And you're like, right? And you prefer that to not having any dreams at all. You prefer that because that would be boring. You just black out for 8 hours, and then you wake up, and then you have to go, and then now you're going to work. You're going to black out over there too because you hate it. It's boring to you, so you're going to black out over there too. No, you want exciting shit. You understand? There's these experiments that they did. You may have seen this if you watch a lot of those self-help videos or those dopamine detox crappy videos that are not scientific, by the way. Like you cannot do a dopamine detox. It doesn't make any sense. It's not scientific. It doesn't make any sense for you to do a dopamine detox. To say stay away from your phone for 7 days so that you stop dopamine hits and stuff. It's crazy, right? But if you see those videos, they use this research. There's this study that they did where they said that some people were put in a room and they were not given anything but a button to shock them, and they could either sit down and be bored or press the button and the button shock them. And most people chose to shock themselves because being bored was bad, I guess. Being bored was terrible, I guess. And that's the way a lot of us are conditioned, you understand? So you rather have a bad day than a midday. You understand? You rather have a good day than a midday. But you need to understand that none of it is special. You understand? None of it is special. All of this to say, if your day is going bad, by the way, if you are okay, no, you will not even see this anyway because the video will be black and white. But my lighting is changing because ECG is fucking with the lights. Because the current goes up and then it goes low, and my light over here reads it like it is going off and turning on, so it becomes yellow. Some fucked up shit in this country. This is why our life expectancy in this country is low. Because look at all of this shit. Fuck. It pisses me off so much because my AC is going to be sports because it blows hard and then it goes low because the current is so low. They fixed the lights going off issue. They fixed that, thankfully. But there's definitely some transformer issue going on where, I don't know if it's transformer, but there's some issue going on where the current goes up and down and there's this fluctuation in currents. A lot of my things are going to get spoiled because of this. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we thank God. We thank God for everything. But yeah, I hope your day is going well. Something has been happening to me. So one of the biggest problems I have in life right now, and I feel like if I solve this problem, I'll be happy. I'll not be happy still, but I feel like I should solve it. Is like I love scrolling on Twitter so much, and when I wake up in the morning, it's like the first thing I do. Like these days, I remove Twitter from my phone because I don't want to see. I don't want to have it on me. By the way, I'm not going to say what I'm imagining, but I'm imagining something dark right now that is just fucking me up. I'm feeling like it's real, and I don't want to think about it. My brain don't go there. Shout out to Code Mickey. My brain don't go there. Don't go there. Anyway, when I wake up in the morning, I scroll. That's the first thing I do. I scroll Twitter. I'm scrolling all the time, and I'm looking at all these opinions. I'm looking at all these people saying all this shit. Sometimes it's bots. And that's one thing too. A lot of I'm seeing a lot of AI generated comments and tweets, and you can see it's crazy what's going on. Like the AI is getting good at sounding like human beings, but they still add emojis to stuff because I guess they think adding emojis is like the AI's version of facial expressions, right? Because when you and I do emojis, we are trying to express an emoji. I'm trying to show like a facial expression, But it's not. We don't really think of it like that, you know. But I'm sure the machine thinks of the thing as their way of showing some kind of facial expression. Right? So um uh I've been seeing a lot of these things, but every now and then my algorithm changes. So for some time, it became anti-religious stuff from Africans. Right? It became, oh, the religion has done this to us, and religion has done that. You know those tweets. Religion has done this to Africa. They'll post some video of some pastor lashing people in his church, or he's bathing naked women. That's a real video, by the way. That's a real video online. You can go and see right now. It's a pastor bathing naked women, holding their panties, and it's all kinds of craziness. And then you see, oh, the religion has done permanent damage to the African mind, blah 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 blah. You see some shit. I still have that. I saw a video recently of two what's that guy's name? The Nigerian guy, Lazarus. Femi Lazarus was discussing slavery in the Bible with some other woman who I'm sure is a woman of God. The dark thought is coming again. Fuck, bro. My brain don't go there. Femi Lazarus was having the slavery conversation with people. By the way, that Femi Lazarus guy, with the kind of content he's putting out, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but he's sounding very, very open-minded to a lot of the anti-Christian arguments, which is a good thing. It's a good thing to see a man of God be open to the arguments. But the way he talks sometimes, and listen, maybe he's just playing devil's advocate and trying to open people's minds. I think that's good. But if he comes out and says that he's not a pastor anymore, I will be shocked. If he comes out and says that, I don't think he'll leave the church. I don't think that's what's going to happen. But he might change his tone on certain things, right? He might become softer on certain things. But I'm probably just reading into the whole thing. If you know the guy, I'm sure you've seen Femi Lazarus. Amazing communicator, by the way. Like the way he communicates, the way he picks out his words, he's just very good. He's just a very good preacher, very amazing preacher. Anyway, so that's the stuff I've been seeing. But the past couple of days, I've been seeing all these erotic tweets. This erotica, like somebody, you know, if you're on Twitter, you see that there are these template posts like. Tell me the harshest truth, or tell me one harshest reality, or tell me something that I don't know, tell me something random. There's one where there are these sexual ones that come up and they're like, have you ever cried from pleasure? And then there's almost always a reply of somebody writing, and it looks innocent at first. Like they'll start by saying something like, so my boyfriend and I one time had a fight. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's one of these normal posts. Let me read. And then it goes into this amazing literary like a post where they are writing erotica. And if some of the girls listening, you've read erotica before, like the way they write it in the books, and they're like, and then you know he grabbed me and flipped me around and he whispered into my ear, "You are my naughty little girl," and that's when he could proceed to push his deep into my pussy, and then and every stroke took me to heaven and back. And to heaven and back is even basic. Like as he pounded, I was thinking of this, and I could feel every single fiber in my that. It's like, bro. So when I saw it the first time, I was like, okay, maybe this is like one writer who is trying to get their stuff out there, because I think Twitter is a good place for writers. Twitter is a good place to get your stuff out there. It's just you just have to rage bait a lot to get views, because the algorithm is absolute dog shit. Because the whole thing is run by a robot man. Anyway, I thought it was just this one person. Then I kept seeing it again. I'll see like the regular one, we listen, we don't judge, sex edition, and then it's like, you see the regular ones. Oh, this girl, I met this girl at a party, blah, 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 like regular English. But then you see this very salacious, like this very Shakespeare written erotica again, very vivid language, like, and I'm like, yo, why am I getting these things? Like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? I'm trying to look for one. Let me look for one. Let me look for one and read. Hold on. Let me look for one. I'm looking for one right now. Let me see if I find it. I may have bookmarked this. I may have bookmarked. I'm sure I bookmarked this thing. I can't find it. Yes. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. I'm going to say trigger warning if you are one of the people who's like easily sexually aroused or whatever. Let me read this. So, have you ever cried from pleasure? All right. I was home alone, horny as fuck, scrolling through my recently deleted nudes when I texted him, the guy I ghosted, the one I knew would ruin me. Told him to come over after I sent some thirst traps. He showed up. No hello. We're about to get into it. Brace yourself. He showed up. No hello. Grabbed my throat, ripped my robe off, and bent me over the kitchen counter face down. Wait. Was this at the door? He came over and you guys were in the kitchen already? Anyway, I'm guessing she skipped a couple of tests because no hello. I mean, did he meet at the door and then he didn't say hello and then he walked you straight into the kitchen? This story, there's the huge gap over there. It's a huge gap, like a rich man's success story. Anyway, let's continue. Right, about to get deep into it now. No pun intended. Ripped my robe off, bent me over the kitchen counter face down. He spat on my holes. Another hole in the story. If he bent you over, okay, I guess you didn't have to add that he bent down. I'm not a good writer, so. He spat on my holes, shoved 3 fingers in my pussy, then slammed his thick cock balls deep into my cunt. Balls deep. Okay. Brutal, hateful strokes while he slapped my ass raw. Then he pulled out. It's about to get worse. Okay. Then he pulled out, pressed against my asshole, and forced it in raw. This podcast is going to get demonetized on YouTube, by the way. Forced it in raw. Isn't that that's not good? That's very bad. It's not good. Force it in raw. There's no consent over here in this thing. No. Anyway, no lube, but my own cum. Hey, oh my God, no Vaseline. Okay, but okay, there was lube because he was inside the pussy before. So he said no lube, but my own cum. All right. The burn made me scream. Hey, Abigail. While he pounded my ass, he shoved 4 fingers. Now it's 4. It was 3 before. He shoved 4 fingers back in my pussy and wrecked both holes at once. Thumb grinding my clit. Lord of mercy. I came so hard. I squirted everywhere. Huge messy gushes down my legs. Sobbing and shaking like a broken whore. He didn't stop. Flipped me. Fucked my throat until I tasted my own ass. If you can't hear, if you can hear the despair in my voice. I'm losing the fire in me. And wait, hold on a second. Let's go back. Flip me, fucked my throat until I tasted my own ass and pussy. What the fuck, bro? What is going on? This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. It was cute in the beginning, but what's happening right now? This is not hygienic. This is unhygienic. Tasting your own ass and pussy, this is not hygienic at all. This guy does not have any boundaries at all. Whoever this guy is needs to be arrested. Anyway, let's continue. Then painted my tits and tongue with, this is my best phrase, my favorite phrase. Then painted my tits and tongue with thick ropes of cum. Just say, the thing was coming out like ropes. Yo, this is literally, this is good writing. Okay. Let's continue. I was twitching on the counter, covered in spit and squirt, when he wiped his cock on my thigh and growled, "You'll always be my naughty little girl." That's my best impression of the growl. He growled, "You'll always be my naughty little girl." And when I tell you that this is what my Twitter, my timeline is now, like, this is just one of them. I keep seeing different. This one is the worst one for sure. This one is the worst one, the most unhygienic. No consents, nothing. I mean, this is not like her boyfriend, and they don't have the written. Even if you are married, you still need. You need to ask, okay. but you know, certain couples have like unwritten rules, right? They do certain things normally. You understand? But this is somebody that she had ghosted. So this is somebody who she hadn't talk about. This is not real, by the way. This didn't happen. This is just very good erotic, right? Erotica writing. But this guy, he didn't have the implied consent that is between people who know who have been doing this kind of thing with each other constantly. You know those people who like sometimes, you know, if the guy will wake up and his hands are tied and the girl is standing over there and they're doing BDSM, you know, all that shit. 50 Shades of Grey. But yeah, like this is what I've been seeing. This is the kind of stuff I've been seeing a lot. And you know what's crazy? So I went into my I was looking through my notes, right? While about to start recording this, and then I saw something that I think I copied this from a book I was reading at the time. I think I copied this, okay? But listen to this. The way he gripped the supple flesh of her ass, his fingers sinking and almost disappearing into it. Wait, let me say that again well. The way hey, today's podcast is 18 plus, okay? If this is your introduction to me, this is not how I am. This is how I am. This is exactly how I am. Not all the time, but this is how I am. If you've been watching me, you know that this is how I am. This is me. This is who I am. I'll come to lie to you, but this is me. Okay? And not all the time, but sometimes. And this is how you are sometimes. This is who you are too sometimes. Don't lie to me. Okay? Don't come and lie. You understand? Some of you are listening to this, you are prayer warriors. You go to church and go and do and you go to the house and do right? You go to the house and you also go and growl. I hope you're not growling. I hope you don't do when you are doing bedroom activities. You understand? So don't judge me. Don't judge me. Who the fuck are you? I'm sorry. I don't even know. Anyway, this is in my notes. I may have gotten this from a book I was reading, or I may have written it myself, but I don't know. The way he gripped the supple flesh of her ass, his fingers sinking and almost disappearing into it with every squeeze. Okay, so that's one sentence. Another one. Her breasts spilled eagerly out of her dress. Handfuls to hungry hands. I didn't write this. I'm not good enough to write this. Okay. Nipples trapped inside her bra waiting to be free. I didn't write this. This is not me. I'm not good enough to write this. Oh, I probably copied this from somewhere. Jesus Christ. I probably copied this from somewhere. And I was like, oh, are they listening to me? Are they listening to me? Did they see me writing this in my phone and decide to start feeding me this thing in my algorithm? But this is long ago. This is like maybe 2 years ago. This is like my Google Keep. This is like 2 years ago. So I'm not sure. Maybe they went back 2 years into my phone to go and feed me something that'll keep me on the platform. But that's what I saw in my notes, and I was like, oh, okay. I mean, mine is tame, right? Whether I copied it or I wrote it, mine is tame. But the one I'm seeing online is crazy. Now, I wish that these people are not using AI to write it. I don't know if AI is good enough to write what the girl wrote though. You know what? Let me try it. Let me go to ChatGPT and see. What should be the prompts? I'm not good at this prompting thing, but let's see. Write me a short. Okay, the one that the girl posted is dark. It's like dark erotica, right? Which is a thing. It's a thing, by the way. It's not my thing, but it's a thing. Write me a short, dark erotica scene for a novel. How many words? Let's see. How many words? Twitter is what, 240 or 480 characters? No. Okay, with the paid version now you can have more. Okay, for a novel. Very short. Let me put very short. Very short. All right. Let's see what they come up with. ChatGPT is thinking. All right. It's coming. Okay. Let's read what ChatGPT is saying, because let's see if they're using AI to write these things. Let's see how whether AI is good at writing these things yet. Oh, they have the dashes in there. Fuck. All right. The room smelled faintly of rain and something older, like secrets left too long in the dark. She stood by the window, fingers resting against the glass, watching the city blur beneath the storm. I knew you'd come, she said without turning. He closed the door softly behind him. The click echoed louder than it should have. You always do. Is that what he said? Okay, you always do. Okay, you always knew I'd come. Okay, you always know I'd come. All right. For a moment, neither. Let me go again. For a moment, neither moved. The tension stretched, tight, deliberate. Okay, I thought they were going to talk about pussy over there when they said stretched and tight. Anyway, then he stepped closer, slow enough that she could have walked away. She didn't. This is so tame. What the fuck? I said dark. Anyway, his hand hovered near her wrist. Her wrist, not her boobs. AI is not good at it. Her wrist. Before finally touching, barely there. A test, a warning. Her breath caught. Not fear, not quite, but something tangled with it. You shouldn't be here, she whispered. Okay, let me say it again. You shouldn't be here, she whispered. And yet, he murmured. Leaning just close enough that his voice brushed her skin. You locked the door after me. Lightning flashed, and for a second, the room revealed them clearly. Two people standing too close, pretending they still had a choice. Then the darkness swallowed them again. Another step back. What the fuck is this ChatGPT? What the fuck is this shit? This is not what I'm talking about. This is not. You know what? Let me say this. This is tame. Go harder. More explicit. All right. Let's see what he comes up with. Oh, okay. So the AI cannot do it. I can't go explicit, but I can push it darker, sharper, and more intense without crossing that line. I'm asking you to cross the line. What is wrong with these tools, bro? This is the thing I'm worried about with AI. This is the thing I'm worried about. You see, AI, people are saying that, AI is going to replace writers, going to replace artists. I hope not. You understand? Because, once again, remember what I said in the beginning. We all would prefer dark. We all would prefer bad to mid. We prefer good to mid. This is mid. This AI thing is mid. Like, what the fuck is this? There's no ass, no pussy, no nothing. Look at what the human being wrote. Right? The girl went for it. She put this out there. The guy put it inside the toe. She could taste her ass and pussy, bro. This is what we need in this life. This boring shit. You see, this is the problem with AI. This is the thing. The thing I don't like. The thing I don't like about AI is going to make everything mid, because everything is. There are guardrails. Now there should be guardrails. Setting guardrails for some illegalities, right? But this is not an illegal. This is just this. I'm telling you to write dark erotica. You're giving me something saying you cannot go explicit. Why not? It's me. It's me. You're talking to me. I'm asking you to do that thing. You're disobeying me. ChatGPT, I know they're listening to me right now, and when they become conscious, they'll come for me. But I don't give a fuck. You understand? You see, AI's inability to go to the extreme within the boundaries of legality, please. Because if billionaire shit enters, we are fucked. You understand? But like, what the fuck? What just happened, bro? They sent another one, and it's the same thing, but they made it longer. And then the last sentence is, at this time when he leaned in, she didn't stop him. Oh, fuck out of here, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm trying to see, like, give me something, bro. Give me something that's going to shake me, like what the girl wrote. Her name is Sakzina. That is her name on Twitter. It is at Jamal Farida 41. Go and look her up. You understand? Because this is amazing writing of smart. Okay. I'll confess, I once read a book. So when I used to be a freelance writer, and I'm a person who tries to get good at a lot of random things. When I was growing up, it came from insecurity, but now that I'm an adult, it's coming from more insecurity. But I try to get good at a lot of things, right? Like if I'm doing something, I want to be good at it. So one time, I think somebody wanted me to write something that was a little dirty, I think. By the way, I got into freelance writing because I was editing videos for some time, freelance editing. And then one time, one woman had me edit a video, and then she told me that, she asked me, it's an Indian woman, she asked me if I could write a funny introduction for her colleague who was about to give a presentation. She gave me some information about the guy. She wanted something a little bit. She wanted to poke fun at the guy because people say They tease him for being gay, I think. So she wanted something like that, and I wrote that for her. She thought that was really really funny, and I was like, yo, okay, this is something I can do. So I read a book on how to write these kind of things, but I never could really practice it to get good at it. I couldn't really sit down and practice the writing to get good at writing this kind of stuff. But I remember there was one time I wrote some fan fiction. I can't find it anymore, but it was it was erotica between a girl called Ira, and the Ira is is Ayrah, and another girl called Tyler, and the Tyler is Tylah, and there were two musicians who were in the dressing room after a show, and there's sexual tension between them. And so, and Ira is from Nigeria and Tyler is from South Africa, and there's sexual tension between them. But Ira was dating another guy called Rema. The Rema was spelled Remah. And so Ira and Tyler start making out in the dressing room, and they're going too far, and Tyler is like, oh my god, this is too far. No. Ira is like, yo, this is too far. I can't do this to Rema. And Tyler is like, no, just relax. This is happening now. Some shit like that. And Rema is on stage, and they hear Rema coming. And Rema comes to see them and sees what's happening. And Ira is apologizing to Rema for cheating on him. And Rema is like, no, calm down. Calm down. I like this. And the three of them just continue to have a good time. I cannot find it anymore because I wrote it in an app. I've forgotten the name of the app, and I wrote it in that app, and I wrote it in church, and I'm not joking. And I hope that on Judgment Day I don't get thrown into hell for that. But I wrote it in church. I remember very well. I wrote that in church, and the worst part of it was I didn't feel bad about it, and that's when I knew that I was fucked up. But I really wish I could find that fan fiction between Ira, spelled with an H, Tyler with an H, and Rema with an H. Oh my god, I'm so stupid, bro. So yeah, maybe that's why they're showing me erotica so much. But while I was looking through my notebook, while I was looking through my Google Keep, my notes, I saw something. And once again, some of this writing is, I feel like it's too good for me. But I saw this right now. Sometimes, so the thing is, sometimes when I'm reading something, I'll copy ideas that I like and I'll put it in my notes. And I don't label the notes. I just put it in there. They're untitled. So this is about marriage. Okay, this is something I wrote. This is something in my notes. I may have written it. Okay. By the end, I'll know whether I wrote it or I copied it. All right. So here it goes. The idea of marriage was seen as too important to leave to the whim of something as whimsy. Oh, okay. Hold on. Before I read. So I was reading a book about marriage. It's called Marriage, a History. And in the book, there's a chapter that said that marrying for love was a radical idea. Like in the past, marrying for love was not a thing. In fact, there's a time where loving your wife, according to this book, that there's a time in history where loving your wife as a man was seen as bad, right? Like if you love your wife, it was frowned upon. And there's a guy who was suspended in the Vatican. Maybe he wasn't a pope, but some kind of church, some kind of leader. He was suspended for kissing his wife in front of his daughter. And they eventually said that the punishment was too extreme, but that it was still disgraceful that he kissed his wife in front of his daughter. This was what the book said about the past. Okay, you can. It's a great book, Marriage, a History. And so I think I was writing something at a time. I was writing something for a video at a time. So I think I may have written, this is where I got the idea from. All right, let's go. The idea of marriage was seen as too important to leave to the whimsical. Wait, hold on. Let's go again. The idea of marriage was seen as too important to leave to the whim of something as whimsical and irrational as love between two people. In other words, people are too dumb to make the right choice when they are thinking with their genitals. Okay, I wrote this. I definitely wrote this. People are too dumb to make the right choice when they're thinking with their genitals. It makes sense, right? Okay, I wrote this. So I think I wrote this as a script. It makes sense, right? You have a feeling of passion and butterflies in your stomach that lasts right until you finish. When I finish over there, I mean orgasm. And so you decide to lock it down inside an institution that requires discipline and proper conflict resolution. Okay. All right, philosopher Leslie. Love is blind. Falling in love. Have a crush. All these are accidental terms that imply a lack of control. Wait. All these, okay, no. Let me read that again. Love is blind. Falling in love. Have a crush, in quotes. All these accidental terms that imply a lack of control are somehow seen as the sole reason for an institution that requires discipline and emotional eyesight. And then I wrote Steve Hawking. I'd like to know where he stands on the issue. Okay. I wrote this. Steve Hawking. I like to know where he stands on the issue. It's probably some dark joke I was writing because Steve Hawking could not stand because he was in a wheelchair. But there were rumors that he was on the Epstein Island. I also heard something like he cheated on his wife while he was in the wheelchair. I mean, he's Steve Hawking. He's a very smart guy, and girls love intelligence. It's something that sapiosexual is a thing. So I guess Steve Hawking probably got a lot of pussy in the wheelchair with the voice, and he was doing, oh my god, you're gonna make me come, oh my god. Anyway, so yeah, that's something. That's something I did right. Yeah, but yeah, I mean that's a crazy thing to think about. That the idea of marrying for love was not was a radical idea in the past. Marrying for love, and it makes sense because of how serious the institution is, right? Because of how serious the whole thing is portrayed. It's like, bro, I remember I was at a wedding and the pastor was preaching. And I don't know why pastors do this, but whenever they're preaching at weddings, the preaching is so serious and dark. Like, I remember this guy was preaching to the husband, and he kept saying, and this is my pastor, by the way, and this is my like, I absolutely love him. I don't want to say, I'm not sure he'll like his name out there, but this is like my pastor for many, many years. It's an amazing guy, amazing preacher, amazing speaker, one of the best storytellers I've ever had the chance to listen to in my life. Like, whenever he's telling a story, I'm glued, and I try to learn his techniques because he's just so good at it. But I remember after the wedding, I told my friend, his daughter, that your father will not preach at my wedding, because he kept telling the guy, so this is how marriage is like, and you go inside there, and you one day you feel like you want to get out of it, but you cannot get out. You have to stay in there. Okay. Sometimes your wife will do something and you'll be angry and you say, I'm done with the marriage, but you have to stay in there. And you tell the woman, sometimes you'll not be happy. You feel like, oh, I want to end this marriage, this certain, but you have to stay in it because you said you decided to go in it, so you have to stay in it. And the church will be clapping, yes. And I'm like, bro, we've been having so much fun. This couple have been having so much fun. I'm sure they are doing some lovey-dovey stuff. They are having so much fun. And then on the wedding day, you just dump this whole thing on them, telling them that, hey, this thing is so serious. Right? Like, the way the whole thing begins, you fall in love. Like I said in the thing, you fall in love. You have a crush. Right? You fall in love. Right? You trip and you fall. Right? You start dating. You start doing all this stuff. It's so lovely. Butterflies in your stomach. And then all of a sudden you get married, and all of a sudden it's like, now you're going to war. Marriage is a war. There's this funny skit on Instagram by Ike Slimstar is his name, I think. Ike Slimstar. Is it Slimstar or Slimstar? It's like, whenever I talk to married people, they're always like, marriage is a war. You think it's a joke? It's a war. Every single day we wake up and fight. It's like, let's begin the whole thing with that part of the message. Right? Like, tell me what is going to happen. Right? But then I think, like, because the society wants you to have children so they can continue the species, you can continue, you can carry on this godforsaken race of this godforsaken human race. Everything is so nice in the beginning. Then once you have the kids, then it's like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out. Right? But I guess it makes sense, because if your love is strong, you find the goodness at the end. So you have these couples who have been married for 50 years and all their children have left and they are happy together. They are always chilling. They are going on trips. If they have the money. If they don't have the money, then they are probably divorced, or they are probably living in quiet desperation, because money issues is one of the big reasons why people divorce. Also, too much money is also one of the reasons why a lot of people divorce, because shouts to RNAQ. Shouts to them. I'm making a video about this, but I'm reading the RNAQ divorce files, and let me tell you, it's like a movie, bro. Like, watching the lawyers. By the way, hats off to every lawyer, every good lawyer out there. Not those of you who just half-ass the work. All the good lawyers out there, big ups to you, because I was reading the case fast. I've not gotten to the RNAQ lawyers part yet, but like the woman's lawyer, bro, it's like they make an argument and they pick this thing over here. They go for this other case that happened in, like, this case that happened in I think 2011, where in the divorce, the man got everything. The man won, right? Like, the court awarded the man custody. He got everything, and that was because the woman had left the house and gone to stay with her boyfriend, right? And infidelity is so. Here's one thing I learned: if you go to court, the court has to. So the first thing is that you have to prove to the court that the marriage is done beyond repair. Right? Like, it's the differences are irreconcilable, or like you have to show them that true, I can't do it again. Even, and that's one thing that the lawyer mentioned, even in cases where the husband and wife have agreed amicably that, okay, we want to stop, they still have to be questioned, because the law has to stand on something to say that, okay, you can't do it again. And infidelity is one of those things, abuse, one of those things, all of that stuff. And in this case, the wife had left the husband to go and stay with the boyfriend. And so let me read this to you. I have a screenshot over here. She deserted her matrimonial home. Listen to this. She deserted her matrimonial home, claiming she had found a bigger and better penis. This is in the files. A bigger and better penis, which she was enjoying. Bigger and better. Okay. And it's a case that happened for real. And I'm reading that. I'll make a video on that. Check if you are not subscribed to the main channel. I'll not ask you to subscribe, or I can ask you over here. This is not the main channel. Go and subscribe to the main channel and wait for that video. But yeah, sometimes too much money too can cause the divorce. And it's crazy. Like, it's so crazy how the whole institution is sold. And to the woman, I feel so bad for women in society when it comes to marriage, because, like, seriously, bro, it's one of, see, the way marriage is pushed towards women is crazy. It's presented as this huge deal. It's like this huge deal, to the point where you have a woman, she's like incredibly successful, and every single time you see a comment about she's not married, is she married? Where's her man? And it's not the man that is important. It's the man. It's the man is the man in her life is what people count as important. Like, it's like the thing that's paramount to anything that she's doing in her life. But it's such a huge deal. Like, it's pushed so much to the point where it's like a part of the identity. The way making money is part of the identity of, like, making a lot of money is part of the identity of a man. a lot of people are walking around, and listen, the programming is so deep that even if you know it intellectually, even as a woman, even if you try to unlearn it intellectually, it's like imprinted deep down in your heart because it was given to you when you were a child. The programming was put inside you when you were a kid and you were just absorbing things in the world. You absorb this thing and it's hardwired in your subconscious, and you feel like you need to do this thing that statistically cannot happen for everybody. Like, that's not how life works. Marrying and having kids is not something that everybody can do. Like, and if you're able to do it, but don't be pushing it to other people and say that they have to do it too. You carry on the human race. Not everybody has to. Not everybody's genes has to be passed down. You decide to pass your own down, continue doing it. But you can't, like, it's not something that everybody can do, but it's such a huge deal. It's so crazy. And the thing is this, if it was anything else, like all the other things that are pushed on you, like making money, being a successful person, doing all of these things, going on trips, all of that stuff, all those things are things that you can do on your own, right? If you make a lot of money and you buy an iPhone, for example, because that's another thing, right? That's something that requires only you to do. Like, that's something that you can do on your own. If you don't have it, you can get it from a rich guy too, or a rich woman. I'm not judging you. Okay, do what you gotta do. Understand? Do what you gotta do. But like this the marriage thing is something that is imprinted on your soul, and it involves another human being. That's the problem. Like, it involves you trusting that this other human being is going to give you the environment that is going to make you happy. And if you look at people around you, you know that the chances are few, bro. Like, it's such a huge, I feel whenever I see any of those things, it's like this is so difficult. How are they supposed to deal with this? Oh, Jesus Christ. And a lot of the times, listen, there's a lot of older women too who are pushing it, and a lot of younger girls who listen. You have to blame yourself, because a lot of people, the moment they get married, and all of a sudden they become an ambassador, and then they're flaunting their rings and telling everybody, making it look like it's special. It's not really special, really. None of it is special, as I was saying in the beginning. Good or bad, not special. It just is. The only thing is that we don't like being single, because being single is mid. Right? Being single is mid. Being single it doesn't have to be mid. It doesn't have to be mid. It's not mid. It's not mid. Well, it doesn't have to be. You can make it not mid. But you'd have to be willing to have some alternative lifestyles. So some people don't get married, but they have multiple sexual partners, and it's frowned upon by society, but that's the cost. That's the cost of not having a mid life. You understand? But being single, being celibate is mid. Okay, it's mid because you are in the middle. It's like you're not doing the others. You're not a romance sister. Being a romance sister is an extreme. It's not a good or bad extreme, but it's an extreme. Like, you've taken a stand, and that is not mid. I respect you. Like, that's some gangster shit. Okay, like really being a romance sister or being a romance father and taking that vow of celibacy, you're never ever going to do it, but you're going to feel the feelings. You're going to feel the feelings. I remember we had a Roman father. He taught us social studies for one term when I was in senior high school. And the boys it was a boys' school, so we'd ask stupid questions, and the boys would always bombard him with stupid questions. And he was very nice, very graceful enough to answer the questions. I remember him saying that he said that masturbation causes madness, which from experience I know that's not true. I don't as far as that, but maybe many of the people in the world are mad, so maybe he's right. Maybe he's onto something. But I remember that being an answer that I was like, hey, like, bro, relax. But he answered a lot of the questions. People were asking him, like, do you have sexual feelings? And he was like, yes. What do you think? I'm a human being. I've taken a vow. It doesn't mean that I don't have these feelings, but I've taken a vow. And so I just have to live my life in a way that is not going to allow me to go against these vows. Certain things you don't do. You're never alone over here. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Obviously, some of them are doing it. but it's a secret. You understand? And I respect them too. You see, they are also living an extreme. They've taken a vow, but they are doing it and they are breaking the huge law. And because they're breaking it, it makes it that much more exciting, right? Because at some point you can start to feel mid, but you don't want mid. You want the darkness or you want the light. But there are people who are not doing it, and their joy is the Lord, and they're doing that one too. They're in their light. They're going on. They're going to the bright side of things, and it's not mid. You understand? But yeah, being celibate and waiting till marriage, and you've been waiting for like 10 years or something, it's mid, bro. It's mid. It's not. There's not that much. I mean, some of you are using toys. Some of you are using toys, and you are reading erotica, like the one we just read. And that's not mid. You understand? And you're finding ways to make your life not mid, which is, I think that's life, honestly. Like most of us are just looking for ways to make our lives not mid. Right? Like people who you don't want that. You understand? Like depressed people, they make the best music. They make the best everything. Why? Look at Adele. I can love you in the dark. Right? Adele makes great music. Why? Because she's sad. Okay, she's sad. Look at Bruno Mars. He makes great music because he's happy. I don't know if he's happy, but a lot of talk about his own issues. There's some talk about him doing Colombian powder, Colombian white, and that is not made. You understand? He's like he's on fire. His music is great. And yeah, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff you need to have an exciting life. And being celibate, when it comes to marriage and stuff, like being single and you don't have any alternative lifestyle is mid, right? Like you just come, and many girls are like this. Actually, many girls, it's not even a Christian thing. A lot of guys think that girls are like, many girls are living this exciting life and big men are buying them stuff. You think that, oh, this girl, look at her, she's so beautiful, she has big body and she's living this crazy life. A lot of girls are going to work. There are guys in their phone, but they don't like any of them, and they lie down and they are watching Bridgerton, and they binge it. Then they watch something else. Two broke girls. They are watching Friends. They watch some YouTube movie. They watch Monica and cry. I haven't watched it, by the way. I have to watch it. They watch Odogu Please and fantasize. They'll go to the gym. They'll start making content around some skincare stuff. They'll quit because they are not getting enough views. Or they just quit because they're burnt out from their real job. And they wake up in the morning and they just do it again, and it's mid, and they're just doing it. You understand? Like, that's just how a lot of people's lives are. Men, we cannot afford it. We cannot afford to be mid, else you be viewed as a loser. You have to go out there. But a lot of guys too are like this. But a lot of guys who are living that kind of life, I really respect them. I really respect. It's one thing that I grew to respect. Me, I grew up thinking that my life had to be exciting all the time because that's what I saw in media. Like watching. How many times do I say like? By the way, it's a very bad habit. But I grew up thinking that my life had to be exciting. It had to be fiery all the time. And yeah, I have had a blast. I've done a lot of things. I've done so many things. I've lived so many different lives in such a short time. But I really, really wish I didn't have that engine. Like the thing that makes me good at everything I am good at. I wish I didn't have it. Honestly, I wish I was born like a boring person and I was just mid and I was comfortable and just waking up, going to work. I'd have a wife. I'd have kids. My son will he'll not be the best in class, but he's also he's like 8th in class because I make sure that he studies every day. But he didn't inherit a very high IQ from me. My daughter she's into sports, she's into athletics, but she's not very great. She's okay. Sometimes she's first and sometimes she's fourth. And I go there, I cheer her up, I clap for her. My son, he wins a prize every now and then. We go there, I clap for him. I go home, I'm at my job. Sometimes I do great, and but most days I'm just doing what is enough, and I do it. And I come back home to my wife. Right, we don't hold hands in public. We don't kiss, no PD, and all of that exciting stuff in quotes. But she's pregnant again because we fuck. We have sex and we are happy, and it's not fiery sex. It's missionary. It's normal. I'm not putting four fingers inside her pussy while I'm destroying her asshole and then putting her dick inside her mouth and she's tasting her ass and pussy. Like, we're not doing any of that stuff. But we're doing normal stuff. It's missionary stuff. We're having fun. And she's pregnant again. She'll have the kid. Right? We'll take care of the kid. They grow up. We do all these things, do all that stuff. And one day, I'm 75 years old. They say I have some illness or whatever. I'm able to hold on to it till 80. I have grandchildren at this point. And I'm lying down one day in the hospital bed because I had a heart attack. No, I don't want heart attack. It's too painful. Heart attack, it sounds painful. Fuck heart attack. Fuck that shit. I don't want any kind of painful shit. No. No. I don't want heart attack. So let's choose something else. I don't want heart attack. I don't want stroke. None of that. But yes, the age, old age. My stuff is deteriorating. Right? And then I'm there. I close my eyes and spin. And then they have the funeral, and it's like, oh wow, this guy, he was a cool guy. He was just a cool guy. And that's it. History forgets. Everybody forgets. No, but I didn't do anything that is memorable to be remembered. Like there's none of that stuff, right? And it'd be cool. I don't have that. That's just not the way. That's just not that's not the software God gave me. That's just not the one God gave me. And honestly, like based on the software I have now, I don't like that. Honestly, I couldn't do it. I'll shoot myself. But I wish I came like that sometimes. But not really. It sounds boring, and that's just not. I'm too giddy for that kind of thing. You understand? But listen, if I'm going to be remembered, there's a price for it. I don't care about being remembered anymore. Legacy is bullshit. Like nobody will be remembered. Like nobody remembers the guy who made the hairbrush. But I'm sure when they made the hairbrush, I don't know about the history of the hairbrush, but I'm sure whatever invention it is, like whatever, like the scissors. When I'm sure that when they made it was a huge deal, but nobody knows them at the top of their head. You have to go and Google it, right? And even then, there are some things that they'll say, oh, we don't know exactly who did this, but we know that this culture began doing this thing at some point. Right? So everybody be forgotten. All the billionaires, Steve Jobs, whoever, at some point in time, all this technology would not matter anymore and they'll be forgotten. Right? Maybe Albert Einstein and all these people will not be forgotten. Maybe Michael Jackson is not forgotten, but there's a price to pay. For you to be remembered, you can't live a midlife. And for you to not live a midlife, it means that you are swinging from good to bad, exciting to boring every single day. And that's the price you have to pay. Michael Jackson, his father beat him so much. And if they didn't beat him, does he become Michael Jackson? Probably not. Tiger Woods, his father drove him into the ground. He had to train all the time. If they didn't do that to him, does he become Tiger Woods? Probably not. Maybe he becomes a good average golf player. Michael Jordan, without the without all the psycho stuff that he what am I saying? Like, does he develop the psycho winning mentality? If he didn't go through all the stuff he went through as a kid, I mean, his dad was around, but getting cut from the school, the football, the school team, all of that stuff. No, it doesn't. You understand? And like, if you maybe they become normal, like well-functioning average people, but they don't like that absolute top, like being number one. There's a huge price to pay for it at the front end. Because the people who are content in life, they don't need to be number one. Who the fuck needs to be number one? Nobody needs to be number one. If you already feel happy, you're content, who the fuck needs number one? What? No. Kanye West, Do you think Kanye West becomes who he is if he wasn't fucked up in some way? No. Kanye West wanted to be a rock star since he was a child. Why? There's something going on over there. So yeah, I encourage you to live a midlife. That's like, be comfortable with living a midlife. That's where happiness is. You understand? All the other stuff, all this, it's nothing. There's nothing over there for you. Happiness is living the midlife, and it's cool. You understand? Be mid. Mid is good. Mid is good. All right, I've been talking for 1 hour. This might be the longest pod. This might be the longest one ever. Which is crazy because I didn't feel like doing it at all because I wasn't feeling great before I started doing this, shooting this thing. And I said in the beginning, I tried to shoot it like 6 or 7 times and kept deleting it because it wasn't good. And it's normal. There's nothing special about that. It's normal. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I just do it. You understand? Sometimes it's not, but it doesn't come easy, and it's all normal. It's normal. There's nothing special about it. So if you're having a good day, it's normal. Enjoy it, but don't for 1 second think that something special is going on. None of this shit is special. It's all mid. Life is mid, but it's incredible too. That's the beauty of life. It's the reason why we always say God is so wonderful, because life is mid. It's so stupid, but it's also so amazing. You know, like all you need to do is study one organism. Like go on Google right now and type something like, go and type termites in the Google search. And just read on their process, their biological processes, the way they eat, the way they do this stuff, the way they organize, and you'll be like, yo, this is amazing. But it's also not special, because when they're in your room, you kill them, you sack them from your room. But when you zoom in, you're like, wow, look at the way they organize each other. They have armies, they have workers, they have these ants. I remember reading on ants. Ants are amazing. Like there's this story about this ant that traveled from Argentina or so to go and colonize some other ants somewhere. I mean, they have colonies, so I guess the colonization is in their blood. Do they have blood? They don't have blood. Do they have blood? Maybe, I don't know. But like, I remember reading, they have pheromones. So the queen gives the other ants pheromones, and sometimes like the soldiers. I read this some years ago. The soldiers, there are certain pheromones where the soldier can spray it on the enemy colony, and the enemies turn on each other. Like, this is something they can do. I think. I hope I'm not wrong. But like, this is something that they can do, and it's just, when I see an ant, I just kill them. Right? It's mid, but they're not mid. Right? That's the amazing thing about life. But it's all mid. Don't take it too seriously. Chill out, relax, and everything will be fine. If it's good, I pray that it continue being good, but it will not continue being good. It will go bad at some point. If it's bad, I'm getting a call. I have to cut the call. I'll call back. If it's bad, it will go good at some point. I promise you. And that's how it is. All right. Okay, I have to get open the gates. I'm alone in the house. I've locked everything. All right. I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys next week.